It feels... Hey everyone, so I got my green beret on today. It's for the thumbnail, but I thought it looked cute, so I wanted to keep it on. Anyway, so I hope I don't lose subscribers today over this video. But honestly, if you feel the need to subscribe, if you feel the need to unsubscribe because of the subject matter, I'm just going to ask you to hear me out first, please. I'm addressing the American election, but I don't think this is a political message. So I'm asking you, please, 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 listen to what I'm saying with an open mind, without turning me into a caricature. Don't turn my message into a bumper sticker. Don't reduce my message. Turn it into live, laugh, lie. What is it? Live, love, laugh. Live, laugh, laugh. No, please. I don't want to be a sign in a kitchen. And please do not brand me into a political category, because you're going to be wrong. Actually, you will be wrong. I'm not here on behalf of my identity or politics. I am here for you. So here we are. It's the day after the American election 2024, and we got the Trump side of the coin. I've been feeling all the feelings. I've been meditating, I've been praying, reading the thoughts of people, like reading essays and books and watching videos. People who I respect all across the political spectrum. And let me be clear, my respect for someone is not predicated on their political ideologies. I think wisdom can come from any place. I love free-thinking people. So I've been having really deep, genuine conversations with people whom I know voted differently than I did. I mean, we actually talked about that. You know what? They were some of the most heartfelt discussions I've ever had. And it was so cathartic to find common ground and realize that we share the same foxhole together. It's weird. I mean, it was almost like after a major event, like a terrorist attack or a hurricane, I kind of felt like we were trying to rebuild the community together just with our conversations. It kind of blew my mind listening to people's life experiences that inform their decisions. It made it so clear to me why they choose the things they, why they chose to vote, who they voted for. It made it crystal clear. And if you listen with your whole heart to people in this way, you will get it too. You will get it. You can't help but get it. Don't be afraid of getting it. It will transform you, I know. It'll make you a different person. Maybe it will even make it hard for you to talk with the people in your group, but it's worth it. So it's only the next morning that I'm filming this. Well, no, actually that I wrote the script, but it's the next day, only a few hours after the election results were decided. I'm still processing, and I'll probably say things today that I might rethink later. But I'm going to be super, super careful with your tender heart, because I know no matter what side that you were on, today is a scary day for a lot of people. Whether you're scared that life as you know it is over, or you're feeling invalidated, or like a second-class citizen, or maybe you feel like that people are just coming at you with threats and dehumanizing language. No matter how you are feeling, it's real, and I get it. When I get scared or stressed, I feel like Alice falling down the rabbit hole, free falling into the unknown, just falling, 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 falling. It's terrifying to me. And right now, that's how it feels. Like there's no floor beneath me. I cannot sit with my emotions like this. I cannot sit with my emotions like other people do. I admire that, but I cannot do it. It's overwhelming. It is so overwhelming. Like I just have nothing to grab onto. I have to stop the fall. So I'm thinking about a path forward for all of us. That's how I'm stopping this fall, just by going right into solution mode. And that's why I'm making this video. America right now is just stressful, not just for us, but for the whole entire world. I almost feel like I need to apologize for it. It seems rude. It seems rude to me. It seems rude to me that I'm having conversations with people in Australia and they are really stressed about what's going on here. What we're doing right now is not working. And we won't solve the problem by continuing to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. We need to do something radically different. We need to resist. And when I say resist, I don't mean picking fights. Stick with me here. This video is still for everybody. It's for all of you. I'm still talking to all of you. We are all in the same foxhole. We are all in the same foxhole right now. We are. This election was won through fear, just like it would have been if the other side had won. Fear is driving everything. We were told that democracy was on the line. Both sides were told that democracy was on the line. It didn't even mean anything. Two totally different definitions. It was just a talking point, but it was scary. We were told that this would be our last election. Both sides. We were both told that this would be our last election. Fear has been sold to us much, much longer than this election cycle. We've been sold products out of fear of aging or being ugly, beliefs and entire lifestyles based on fear. Fear keeps us in line. It keeps us seeking protection from the very entities that are scaring us. So let's talk about terrorism for a second. Terrorism is the use of violence or threats to intimidate or coerce people for political or ideological goals. So what is this mass fear that we're living under, if not that? Maybe we can call it microterrorism, but still we are all stuck in this cycle together. This is our foxhole. The only reason why we have two extreme political parties is because fear is driving us to extremes, and much of it is not based on reality, or the reality would not exist without the fear. Do you see what I'm saying? But this is where we resist. This is the plan, okay? We resist by not being motivated by fear. At least we make a very radical effort to do this. We can choose to live in either fear or in love. When we exist in fear, though, it affects everything. I mean, it's same when we exist in love, but when we exist in fear, it is dark. It affects our mental, emotional, and physical health. It triggers our fight or flight response, releasing stress hormones like cortisol that literally shape the way we think, the way we are perceived, and how we interact with the world. Chronic fear leads to anxiety, depression, and clouds our ability to make decisions clearly. When we live in fear, we avoid challenges. We avoid social interactions. We become hyper aware of all the things that offend us, and we become blind to the nuances of life. It totally distorts our reality, making threats seem way bigger than they really are. And it's not just about us individually. This affects our relationships too. Fear-driven people do not connect as well. We don't create trust amongst each other. It's like trying to knit a sweater, but all the stitches are off. And the pattern that we're referring to just keeps shifting. The sweater ultimately is unrecognizable. You can't make good stitches when your hands are shaking. And certainly you can't follow a shifting pattern. Fear can make us turn around and run away from our goals, from what it is that we want. The goal is the pattern. But if we're constantly being redirected because of fear, the pattern will keep shifting. So we don't really have a plan. We don't really have a goal. But when we live in love, everything changes. Love fosters joy, empathy, and resilience. It brings peace, and it helps us build stronger, more meaningful relationships. It even affects our physical health, lowering stress hormones, improving heart health, and boosting our immune systems. Love drives us to connect, to be compassionate, to support each other. It is the ultimate glow up. Living in love is the ultimate act of rebellion in a fear-driven world. It's like putting armor on Achilles' heel. You know, it's like making Superman immune to kryptonite. When we're love-driven, we see the world with clarity, we grow, we help others, and we create something so beautiful. We light someone else's candle with our flame. One flame can make so many other flames that are not diminished. They're all the same. They all provide the same amount of light. Camus said, "The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion." This is one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite quotes in the world. It is my quote, and I believe that in a world that is controlled by fear, choosing to live in love is choosing to be absolutely free. It is a total act of rebellion. And before we can even resist fear, we need to cultivate love within ourselves. It starts with self-love. And self-love does not mean liking yourself. Like people get that confused. You don't have to like yourself. You don't have to like yourself at all. But you do need to recognize that as a human being, you deserve dignity, kindness, and care. We all know the pain of being dismissed or being dehumanized. It's hard. And when no one is there to show you love, it helps if you can give love to yourself. But if you can't give love to yourself, give it to God, because God is love. And it will just come right back to you. It is akin to self-love. And if that's hard for you right now, if you cannot find the faith, then start by loving others. A lot of people, when they can't find love, when they can't find self-love, they take it out on others. Don't do that. Absolutely do not do that. Go out and love them instead. Find a way to love others. Let that be the first step. And love for yourself will follow. I promise. And what I'm doing right now anyways is motivated by my love for you. So what can we do to choose love over fear? We could start by taking care of ourselves. We all need to breathe. We need to take in deep breaths of light. Hold it in, like slowly bring it in through your nose. Let your belly come out. Bring it in through your nose. Like take like 4 seconds to do that. Bring it in. Let your belly out. And just hold it in for a little bit and then slowly let it out. I hope you weren't actually following my guidance just now, because you might have been gasping for breath. That wasn't. I just wanted to tell you, like how to do it. I'll do it right now. Okay. Okay. Let's get my Buddha belly out. Okay. Let's get back here. Okay. Let the belly out. It feels so good. It feels so good. Like you're a child, you know, when you're a little kid and you could just, you breathe and your belly would get full and it would, and you know what else happens when you get rid of fear? You become more creative. That's just like a nice little side effect. Like my husband, he has really creative dreams. But he's a scientist by day. His unbridled creativity just comes out when he's not trying so hard to not make mistakes. We all know the power of gratitude here, but it's a good reminder that we should take time to notice the good in our lives right now. I've been watching the Vikings of Valhalla, and I know it's fictional, but I constantly, like no matter what is happening in America right now, at least we're not being conquered by Vikings. Or, you know, or we're not Vikings. Could you imagine how stressful that life is? Okay, so another thing you need to do is protect your mental health. For me, this means shutting down the news. I'm totally disconnecting. I don't want to stay plugged into the fear. If there's something happening that I need to know about, I will know about. You can't hide from that. It will find me. But right now, I need to avoid the constant cycle of fear-mongering, just so I can, for my mental health, but also so I can cultivate love, because I get triggered easily. If you're out there engaging with people and not hiding from the world like I am, bring love into those interactions. Empathize with them. Don't rally around fear. You can empathize with people about the elections. You can comfort them. But don't rally around fear. Don't commiserate around the fear. Fear is a weapon of mass corruption. You don't want to be complicit in that. Fear is confusing. Fear creates extremism. And extremism is exactly what is tearing us apart. And if you fail at this, which I have, over and over and over again, and I probably will fail to some degree every single day. But every time I fail, I make a note to myself that I need to do better. But it's okay, because we're going to fail at this, because we're all human. This is a very human thing. And every time we fail, we get another chance to succeed. Failure is actually what makes us aware of our success. It makes us aware of our power and our ability to create something better. You can say that failure creates consciousness of our success, and it's okay. We're going to do it. The thing is to actively work on making love-driven decisions. That's my dog drinking water. They do a lot of activity when I start these videos. So I believe that we are co-creators of this world. And if we want to live in a love-driven world, we need to start with ourselves. Is that annoying? Do I need to stop? He's going to drink all the water so that I have to go get him water. He does this every time. And then he's going to ring the bell. Okay. So what gifts do you bring to the world? What are the things that you're working on? Lean into that. Take risks and show up. Don't worry about being judged. That's fear. Don't make it about you at all. Make it about your purpose and the things that you love. Let love motivate you. And always be kind to yourself in the process. So in closing, our number one task right now is to not create more fear. No more fear. Don't dehumanize others. Look beyond political identities. See the person beyond their political armor. Find common ground. Listen to people's stories. See them for who they are. Do not demonize them. And if you demonize them, they're just going to demonize you. Like if you If you hurt them, what they're going to do is make you not matter. Because if they can make you not matter, if they can dehumanize you, then the hurt that you're dishing out on them won't matter. It's sort of like, you take a picture of yourself and you post it on Instagram and some troll comes by and says, you're not as beautiful as you think you are. And lots of people are like, oh, that person is jealous. Ignore them. Ignore them. That person is jealous. What they're doing is they're dehumanizing that person. They are saying that that person is not a person. That person is an embodiment of an emotion called jealousy. That person is no longer a person. They're just an emotion. They're just jealousy. So it doesn't really matter what they think because they're not really anybody at all. So when you do that, when you engage in that kind of dehumanizing dialect, everybody feels dehumanized. No one wants to listen to anybody anymore. And people divide and they go to their extremes because that feels like crap. Even if we have a hard shell about it, deep down inside, it feels like crap. It's ostracism. To be dehumanized means you don't matter. It means you don't matter. And if you don't matter, you do not get the protection of the collective. You are in danger. It is a dangerous place to be. It sucks. You're afraid. You drive fear into the world. It's terrible. It's terrible. So don't be part of that. So when we spread love, like the candle, like we light each other's candle, one interaction with one person, we treat them with love. They treat us back with love. That person goes on to talk to 5 people that day, gives them all love. Those 5 people, it's a geometric progression. Do you see how that works? Do you see how like all the nodes light up with all this love? Fear works in the same exact way. With each of us, we can be a place where fear dies. And there's no more connections that spring forth from us at all. We can also be a place where love dies. This is a huge choice that we can make. Could you imagine what that would look like if we lit up the whole world with love? I mean, yes, there still could be dark places. That's fine. Darkness makes light conscious of itself. Fear makes love conscious of itself. We can't literally appreciate love without some element of fear, but we can make love dominate. Can you imagine? Just sit with that for a moment. Could you imagine what that would look like? It would be absolute heaven. It would be absolute heaven. Absolute heaven. All right. Well, that's it for today. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you so much for hearing me out today. Thank you for listening and seeing me. And I really appreciate that. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Yeah, it really helps. It helps YouTube know. Sorry, it's itchy. It helps YouTube know that this is a good video, that other people should see it. That's it for today. So remember to always be true, be brave, and be unbehaved through love.
You were by my side. I woke up alone. I should have known, because I'm always on my own. I just want you here every minute, dear. When I'm without you, don't know what to